I can give you some tidbits. I don't know if I have a full story. Are we recording? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, don't worry about it. It's like we're gonna cut it after a few.
That's how it's going. It's really quite interesting. This journey with Lee redoing this theater started several years ago, and early on, we put an auction, held an auction to auction off a lot of the existing equipment and furniture and furnishings. And one thing that was remarkable, I thought, during that process, we had an open house, and we had over 2,000 people come through, way more than we expected. There were 4 of us here, and we got barnstormed, with people. So we ended up giving tours throughout, because most people just wanted to see it, because it's been shut up for 12, 14 years at that point. And the number of past employees that came, that used to work here as 16-year-olds and now retired, they're in their 60s and 70s. They work. This is their first job, working concessions, and I forget what else they worked, but it was quite a few stories. It was such back then. It was the movie theaters were such a social event, whereas a lot of times when we go in, we'll watch a movie and we leave. So that back then it seemed like it was such a social event, and so many friends and family gathered around these neighborhood establishments. It was pretty exciting to hear about that, and the different stories, which some of them mentioned. But then another thing that we discovered during the construction process, which took about 11 months, is there's a column in the back theater, which was the backstage originally. Now it's this small theater, the backstage. Is all the workmen signed their name on this one column, and we saw them back as far as 1932 or something like that, where these guys, Joe Schmo, 1932, would sign their name, and up and down this entire column. Some of it goes 60 feet out. So it was pretty interesting. So that's one of the things we carried on with. When we did it, we had all the guys working in the sign the column, because that's what they did back then too. So it's kind of fun.
Right, and so with the concept of, as you were saying, with the ambience of back then, with the way that you've transformed it, have you kind of recreated more of that movie experience, would you say?
We tried to bring the glamour back into the movie theaters, and I think we had a good tapestry to work with here, the way it was designed, and how we retained the majority of all of its splendor from the 20s. And this is the movie house. This is, originally built actually as a vaudeville theater with the orchestra pit, live act. And we tried to keep the glamour of that intact as the Avalon. We called it very Avalon-esque, and we wanted to keep that. And to kind of heighten the experience for our guests when they do come. You can go to the chain outfits, and they're big boxes. It's like a Target or a Walmart. They're not as interesting in my opinion, and I've been to all of them. And we try to create an environment here where it's more of it's a destination as much as it is a movie. And in the way that I feel that we've heightened the experience is we've brought a lot more of the contemporary attributes into it, the amenities such as a lounge where we can sit down and talk, expanded concessions beyond popcorn. We have a full kitchen that serves food, and we deliver right to your chair. So we're trying to take that more personalized, higher level of service into the movie theater and create that sense of a destination. It's not just where you go to a movie. You can go here for dinner, you can go here for drinks, and a movie, all of it. So we try to bring that whole thing together and create that social environment.
And how do you think that new social environment has transformed human behavior towards movie theaters today? I mean, modern people, and the way that they interact.
I think this experience is absolutely required that we're creating here, that social environment here, because it's so easy to sit at home on your chair and watch whatever you can get from cable or Netflix or Hulu or whatever, Redbox at the grocery store on the way home, and skip the whole idea of going out. Going out is more expensive, there's no doubt about that. We won't argue that, but it is a whole different type of experience. And I think a lot of people in our demographics are a lot more sophisticated, and they enjoy the environment that we deliver. So,
Okay.
but it is difficult to compete against those, venues, because it is easy to stay home. We've all done it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I think that's kind of all we need.
okay.
Thank you
Thank
Not a
you.
problem.
again for